For today's art project, let's make a floating animal out of clay. We're going to need parchment paper, a popsicle stick, toothpick, pencil, and some clay. We're going to warm up our clay in our hands. As we do this, the clay will take on some of the heat from our hands and get nice and soft. What I need you to do is to twist off about a third of the clay and set it aside. Then I'd like you to make this 2/3 into a ball. I'm going to roll it together in our hands. And if you want to, you can use your parchment paper. We're just trying to get it a little smooth. Not terribly, it's okay if it'll have some cracks in it, that's fine. Now that we have a sphere, we're going to go ahead and punch it down into a flat disc. And get it about the size of your palm or so. The best thickness for this is going to be the size of your pinky. That's going to give us a nice solid base that won't crumble and crack and break after it's dried. For the rocks, we need about, again, 2/3 of the clay. With this remaining clay, we're going to make rocks to go all the way around the base here. So what I want you to do is just pinch off chunks of the clay here. Make a pile of these little chunks. With each of these pieces or chunks of clay, we're going to roll them into, it doesn't have to be a perfect sphere. What I'm looking for is something smooth that will look like a rock. Okay, now that we're done with our rocks, let's go ahead and attach them to the base. One way we can attach the rocks to the base with clay is a technique called scratch attach, where we scratch the two surfaces that are going to stick together. We do this with a toothpick. Go all the way around our base. We're trying to rough up the surface so that when the two pieces press together, they almost melt or blend into each other. So with each rock, we're going to press them into the base. Try not to press too hard. We want to see that there's a rock there and we don't want to flatten it right down. So keep going and make your way all the way around your base. Grab a chunk of clay and roll it into a ball. Place it on your base and kind of get an idea of the size. Does that look good, or is it too big, or is it too small? I think for my project, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. With this, we're going to make a mini pinch pot. Is you get a sphere or you get a ball and you just press your finger into it to make a hole, and then you press the walls around the ball to make what looks like a little bowl or a pot. Once you've done that, you can go back and measure in your base.